Alright, so once again I'm live, you know, ready to break it down again. Not as long as last night, but nevertheless, I'm still alive. A lot of things going on again. A lot of things going on, a lot of things got to be dispelled, a lot of things got to be put to rest. So I try to be on the day a long time, but long enough to get some things covered. So when I was looking yesterday, a day better yet, I see Biden done back to his old pandering ways. Make you feel good about yourself, I guess. I guess what they like to do, make you feel good about yourself. But it is what it is. Give them bread and circuses, they say. Mm. Yep. Give them bread and circuses, they say right there. They don't know what to hit them. Mm-hmm. So here's the deal. Got Shaq and them coming on, waiting on them right now.
Meanwhile, and one point there to go a little bit deeper. Among black men, Trump actually wins by 3 points in this poll, 49 to 46.
Shocking. It's shocking. But first of all,
Meanwhile, and one point there to go a little bit deeper. Among black men, Trump actually wins by 3 points in this poll, 49 to 46.
Shocking. It's shocking. First of all, overall, the Biden-Harris coalition could be called the Humpty Dumpty coalition right now. Just falling apart. Just falling apart. The Latino vote on the ground, the youth vote on the ground, the black vote on the ground. This is not good. Now there is a year to turn it around. The black male, that's a stunner. Black women have been in the lead, but black men haven't been that far behind. I think you've got a constituency that is losing hope and looking for change. There's a lot of the things that black men were voting for didn't happen yet. Nothing yet on voting rights, nothing yet on police reform, nothing yet on criminal justice reform. So a lot of those issues that were important for black male voters haven't been addressed yet, and the economic pain is real. The last thing I'll say is a lot of black male voters are non-college working folks. And some of the stuff that is non-college working, that's working for white working class guys can also work for Black working class guys. But you can't just expect for Black men to stand in long lines or Black women to stand in long lines, get nothing done on policy specifically to them, and then stay in this coalition.
All right, guys. So with the 2024 election fast approaching, you already know what time it is. Okay, it is time for Democrats to try to pander to Black people to get their votes. Okay, and they're going to try to do so in the most cringe way possible, which is exactly what this video is right here from the Biden campaign. It is a cringe fest, okay, because you have Joe Biden eating fried chicken from Cookout in North Carolina with Black people. Okay, this is what Democrats think is going to win them Black votes, right? It's to do what they believe stereotypical Black people do, right? Which is to sit down at the dinner table and eat fried chicken. Amazing, right? You can't make this up, okay? Democrats are telling you exactly what they think, which is that you are a simpleton, okay, that you are dumb, and they're not even trying to hide it, right? They're just telling you right in front of your face, well, we're going to sit down and eat some fried chicken with a Black family, and that's how we're going to appeal to Black voters, right? And I just don't think that this is going to work. So I want to play a little bit of this cringe video here, because behind this video, the restaurant that they're eating at, I want to tell you guys about it because this is a North Carolina favorite, Cookout, because this story here is not a story that the Biden administration really wants to be talking about. But before I get into it, I just want to play the video so you guys can see the cringe here from Biden.
I think that one did. That's awesome.
Ms. Barlow, please excuse Carter for his absence today, but I needed his advice, so we had lunch together.
Is that the pretty coffee maker I keep seeing? Yes, it's the TKO1. What makes it so great?
President, come over to the house. President, come.
Here's your food, Mr. President. It's a pleasure serving you. All right, man.
This is a very unique day, very special day.
We about to eat dinner with Joe Biden. That's fire. Like, the president's coming.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, man.
Thank you, sir. Keep your faith.
Couldn't really believe that the president was coming to our house.
Welcome, Rob. We really appreciate you coming to us.
Come on, man. This is a pain in the neck for you.
This is all great. So what we'd like to do is just come into our space, our living area.
All right.
Well, Carter, you want to show President Biden one of your pictures up here? You want to share? Go over this side and show President Biden one of your favorite pictures.
Joe Biden lost, bro. Look at this man. He lost, dog. He moving ultra slow in this video. Even in videos where it's super edited and they're trying to reveal the best of Joe Biden, he looks old. He looks slow. He looks out of touch. He looks out of place. He looks like he belongs in a nursery home. Okay, you cannot hide this. Okay, you can't hide it. It's sad. I'm literally watching this video and I'm like, damn, this guy, he looks real old, bro. He ain't looking good in this video.
On the wall.
Well, one of my favorites is this one right here. Well, we were in Jamaica.
That's cool.
Oh, man, you got chicken fingers. You got the whole deal. I want the root of making sure I had the hamburger.
Yeah, so stereotypical pander fest.
This is a
Right,
shame,
from them.
man.
It
This is a goddamn shame. This is a goddamn shame.
Fool you. You guys remember Hillary Clinton?
This is a damn shame. They ought to be shaming themselves. Look, Frank, look her, man. The PR team that did this, man, and they have no shame about themselves. No damn shame about themselves, man. The manipulation.
Hey.
The degrading. Come on, man.
Hey, wait a minute. Hold on. You know what's so bad about this restaurant Cookout? I can walk out my neighborhood in about 5 minutes and go to Cookout. Now, I'm going to let him explain to you what Cookout is, because a lot of people don't know what Cookout is because, like I said, they, like if you're in North Carolina or Virginia or like one of these damn southern states, I don't even think I got one in D.C. I see them North Carolina, Virginia, and it might be one in Georgia or South Carolina or something like that. but it's a chain and it's cheap. Well, it's more higher now, but they sell milkshake. I'm surprised they have milkshake. But let it continue because I'm gonna let them talk about it. Let's play a little bit. Right.
Clinton, the hot sauce in my bag, hot sauce in my purse comment that she made on the Breakfast Club. This is how Democrats think that you appeal to black folks, okay? Stereotypical things like that. Fried chicken, hot sauce. This is what they do. This is how stupid they think black people are. So Joe Biden, I believe, actually is eating a hamburger, but he's sharing fried chicken. He's giving fried chicken to the black folks, right? So that he can sit at the table and shoot this video pretending like he actually cares about black people and that his policies are working. I mean, next thing you know, he'll be doing a video attempting to speak Spanish at a Mexican household eating tacos, right? I'd go into Taco Bell, right? Salsaritas or something. So we're going to fast forward here a little bit because here's where the PSYOP actually comes in, okay? Because the whole point of them posting this video is that apparently this dad had gotten his student loan debt forgiven by Joe Biden because Joe Biden continues to defy the Supreme Court when it comes to student loan debt relief. And now he's trying to advertise this because he's trying to buy votes from black folks.
It's good setup.
As, again, a dad working with two sons, supporting two sons, taking care of two sons, student loan was just something that was just an albatross and trying to take care of. And when that erasure happened, it was such a tremendous relief for the home. I can't explain how much of a positive impact that it has had upon me, but also with their future.
How much was it forgiven?
$125,000.
You don't have to pay the debt. What are you talking about?
It was a life changer, a complete game changer for my life now, and then for them moving forward because I am able to do things differently for them. So thank you for that.
Wow, I wonder did that go on his income taxes, right? Because that's technically income. Like, you know, a forgiven loan is technically income. Did you pay taxes on that? Right? Did you pay taxes on that $125,000? Yeah. So you seen that, you heard that. Okay. Joe Biden is doing his video because again, he's trying to appeal to black voters in the most cringe way possible, eating fried chicken, right? With black people in North Carolina at Cookout, a restaurant that is supposed to be a restaurant where you get a lot of food for a very low cost. Now, if you guys have never heard of Cookout, Cookout is a North Carolina favorite because it's basically drunk food. Okay. There are a lot of nights I remember going to Cookout at 2:30 a.m. because I think it's open all the time. Now I don't do this anymore because I don't eat at these types of restaurants anymore. But I remember back in the day, you know, the $4.99 Cookout tray was what everybody got because for $5 you could get a whole tray of food plus a milkshake. The milkshake may have cost extra. I don't know. I never got the milkshake, but we're talking about like 2 burgers or a wrap of a burger and some fries. Like you got a lot of food, okay, for just $5. Okay, so Cookout was the spot that everybody would go to at, you know, 1:30 to 2:30 a.m. at night, right, to get drunk food. Okay, this is what people would do. Now, what's funny is that Joe Biden made this stop actually a few years ago, okay, before, you know, Bidenomics really kicked in. And like I told you guys, the trays here used to be a lot cheaper. So it says here the junior tray was $4.99 and the regular tray was $5.99. Okay, now fast forward out to Bidenomics, the junior tray it looks like is $6.59 and the regular tray is $7.69. So you have a whole 28% increase in prices 3 years into the Biden administration and his photo op, right? How hilarious is that? Okay, the real story they should be talking about and telling here is why in the world for this same tray, this same Cookout tray that Joe Biden is eating, the fried chicken that he's eating with these black folks, why are these black people paying 28% more than they were 3 years ago? I'm just saying, right? That's the real story here, okay? Because if that's not the issue that you're addressing, then you're not actually really addressing the issue that black voters really care about the most, in my opinion. And it's not just black voters, it's the American people, everybody. These are the issues that people care about.
Biden campaign is looking for black voters to come back. Americans indicating Biden is not winning with a key voting bloc. A recent poll shows Biden is losing on 2 top issues with black voters. More than half disapprove of Biden's handling on the economy and inflation. And the Biden campaign seems to be
Okay, let's bring that up. I just want y'all to see that, you know, they've been doing a PR stunt recently. And it looks like they're pandering again. You know, buying you some cookout food to make you feel good about yourself. Eating chicken fingers, actually, because they don't really actually sell chicken wings. They sell chicken fingers and like chicken wraps and all this other crap. Fries, bacon cheeseburgers, you name it. I mean, I've been there a couple times. I haven't been there about 6-7 years, but I've been there. They got hush puppies. And of course, they got the milkshake. So, Chak, do you want Biden to sit at the table with you to eat cookout with you?
Well, see, I'm a little bit more advanced, man, and I'm over the symbolism, the symbolic shit. You know what I'm saying? I need something tangible, dog. I'd ask them questions. They'd have cut the cameras on me. I'd ask that nigga a straight question. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I never would have been in that predicament.
You got your student loan reversed. Then shut up and like it. Damn it.
Yeah, I never would have been in that predicament. You know.
See?
Hey,
I
don't play with symbolism and shit.
Frank.
That shit is.
Yeah, I don't play with symbolism. Man. Life is too serious for to be playing with this symbolism shit and then all this pandering and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's too damn serious, man. People are losing their homes. People are can't even make it to the hospital, man, and they get in the hospital, they can't afford to, you know what I'm saying? It's too serious right now. They don't know if a foreigner gonna come in, you know what I'm saying, and break in their house. They got a lot of break-ins going on all around the world, in the United States of America. And he steady talking about America is great. Ain't nothing wrong, like ain't nothing wrong, like ain't nothing wrong. Inflation went up, stopped the pipeline. We ain't got no damn I thought we were supposed to be spending on American infrastructure. They didn't spend infrastructure on everybody else around the world. That's un-American. He talking about Trump. You need to play that clip where he say the Trump comments were un-American. This nigga's un-American. And the whole administration is un-American. They fitted the bill for everybody else but the damn Americans. And this damn administration, these last 2 years, man. Come on, Frank, talk to me.
Good point. That's a good point, man. Oh, that's a good point. What's that? Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, man. You're right. It's way too much going on. I wonder how much that family got paid for doing that. You know what I'm saying?
That's the question I've been asking.
They get paid shit. They ain't get paid shit. You know they didn't take shit. They were just glad to be on TV. They ain't get paid shit.
Look, man, I don't bring the devil in my house like that, man. What the fuck going on here? Yeah.
And then the thing is, this motherfucker, man, everybody forgot about that crime bill, huh? They forgot about that shit, huh?
Man, that ain't important no more.
Crime bill and all that shit that came with that shit, huh?
Wait till the new crime bill they passed on you. With all this with this digital shit, with the cash app and shit.
Now look, Frank,
you can turn any slogan or funny quote into a professional design in just minutes with one tool, making
both
of our Democratic opponents.
Oh yeah,
he like my thing is, but see, this is my thing though. You got these Republican, these conservative YouTubers talking this and that about the oh man, this and that. What y'all finna do? What is y'all base and group gonna do for us? That's my question. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, defending none of these Democrats, but neither one of them ain't finna do that for us. One of them is
I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm glad you mentioned that because after I play this, I'm coming right to the Republicans and the Democrats because they just filed a $95 billion bill for Taiwan, Ukraine.
Both did, not just one. You notice with bipartisanship when it comes down to these Republicans, conservatives talk all this shit about these damn migrants and immigrants, but they be funding these motherfuckers too. They be down with that shit too. And I know a lot of these motherfuckers in their private companies be using using their labor.
I'm getting them too.
100. Let's keep it 100. Didn't they say Trump? Didn't they say Trump was using immigrant labor and shit? Come on, man.
Now check this out. And watch this.
Opponents are calling for a minimum wage between $20 and $25 an hour. You're calling for a $50 an hour federal minimum wage.
Just do the math. Of course, we have national minimum wages that we need to raise to a living wage. You're talking about $20, $25, fine. But I have got to be focused on what California needs and what the affordability factor is when we calculate this wage.
Ms. Lee.
Meanwhile,
Well, expect to pay more at your favorite fast food joint this year as minimum wage for all fast food employees hits $20 an hour in April under a new law. Several franchise and restaurant owners say their only choice is to raise prices.
But some customers claim the price hikes are simply a way for owners to take advantage of rising prices everywhere else.
But soon, what would cost you $11 at McDonald's will soon cost $13. Businesses say that's because minimum wage has gone up and they're going to have to pay their workers more. The reaction from customers here tonight is mixed.
Right?
Oh no, they're already expensive. Restaurant operators are blaming minimum wage. In April, fast food workers' minimum wage in California will go from $16 to $20 per hour. Governor Newsom signed into law Assembly Bill 1228. It is meant to address cost of living for fast food workers.
I'm honestly pissed. These used to be $1, you feel me?
She stopped by the McDonald's in North Hollywood for a quick meal after a long shift. Her order of a sandwich and fries used to be on the $1 menu. Now,
$5.69.
Last year, McDonald's and Chipotle
Hold up.
prices were going to go up.
The raise hasn't even, pause it for a second. The raise hasn't even kicked in. See, the receipt, they're full of shit. The news is half truth in it. The raise hasn't even kicked in yet, and the prices already went up. They full of shit. They're just gonna go up even more. Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? And then the thing is, and what it is, their portions are smaller. The portions are smaller, and the shit is more. They was doing this shit before the raise, and see that lets you know that it's kind of interesting. It lets you know that the shit they knew this shit was gonna pass because they already start raising the rates on food already. See, the thing, these people, everything is not, dude, there's no such thing as a coincidence. These people plan ahead.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And see, the thing is, look, that's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. You're going to give only a certain demographic, certain people that work only a certain a line of work a raise. And that right there is some bullshit. I was telling people everything's going to go up. I ain't even talking about
Bob Release said you need to raise the minimum wage in California to $50 an hour. Now what?
See, the thing is, if you raise that shit to $50 an hour, and if you keep things at the same rate, then you're gonna see a difference.
Man,
it's gonna go up. It's gonna be hyper. Look,
for Happy Meal.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be hyper. If they do that shit, it's gonna be hyperinflation to the point where bread is gonna be like fucking $20.
Chak, are they price gouging?
Why he ain't mentioning about that? Why he ain't stopping them? Why they not him? I mean, just the whole,
a little media,
Congress, House of Representatives, state. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nobody care about that damn price gouging. What you gonna do? You either gonna pay or not? Goddamn it! What you gonna do?
That's what we need to stop doing. I'm telling you what we need to stop doing. But
I don't
people ain't gonna do it.
So I'm good.
People need to stop paying this shit, and you know what they need to do? People need to stop driving their cars and get on the public transportation. Shut their ass down for 30 days. I guarantee them will get their mind right. But see, people ain't gonna do it though. People ain't gonna do it. They so busy being comfortable and shit, fat and comfortable. They ain't gonna do it.
Wait a minute. Now, I gotta say something about that car thing. I'm glad you said that. Now, it's one problem with it one way. This is like a 2-part problem here. One, that'd be good to do that, but the only other part about it is they kind of want you to stop driving so they can put the climate control in too in emissions. So that's like I like the idea too. It's just that's the one thing they kind of want you to do so they can say, "Oh, we
do it on our own." See, they want us to do things on their terms. We got to do it on our terms when we want to do it.
Gotcha.
See what I'm saying?
Okay. I just want to make sure you clear it up.
Back in the day was so effective because people did it on their own terms and they sacrificed on their own terms. They ain't wait till the one who told you that you couldn't pay rent and couldn't do this, could do that, and couldn't buy a vehicle, couldn't buy,
Biden said the Biden administration came out the other day and said the rent too high.
Man, he wait to his last. See what I'm saying, man? He wait to his last 6 months. What we got? 6 months to the
somewhere around 6 or 7, something like that.
6, 7 months. It's the whole game they run, and they pretty much all administrations run the same game. They wait to the last 7 months, 9 months before the election. You know what I'm saying, president election, and now they want to push out all these executive orders and shit, and really address infrastructure and how to really, the economy.
And he's so goofy talking about, the crime bill, this and that, we would expect it and this and that with the crime bill. You ain't part none of the motherfuckers that fucking got hit with that crime bill and that are still locked up. You ain't part none of the motherfuckers. I don't want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? Talk all that shit.
What got me was that of all the times it could have.
And look, doing all this shit for these. Look, you notice these always bipartisan. It was bipartisan for the bullshit ass Asian hate crime bill. These motherfuckers always bipartisanship for some foreigner motherfuckers. And guess what? This is a foreign ass government, man. I'm sorry to say, man. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot in the law and stuff like that, and lawful that we don't know about. Well, certain things that we probably don't know about behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? That they doing to really push these immigrants and help these immigrants. You know what I'm saying? Really low interest rates on loans. You know what I'm saying? For businesses, giving them grants. You know what I mean? And all this shit to make it to where, and you don't, you're not owning anything in your community. So, there's no community, but you're not owning anything in your neighborhoods. Meanwhile, they own shit in your neighborhood. Just putting people above you, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's the Republic. Look, I don't want to hear it. I'm tired of this, man. It's Democrats, man. Them Democrats, okay? Y'all feel you? They're just open with that shit. The Republicans are sneaky with that shit too, because they accept the motherfucking migrant work their damn self. You know what I'm saying? Come on, the 86 Amnesty Act that motherfucking Ronald Reagan signed into law. Come on now, we can't just keep that's why I don't
open the door right there.
Right. And you got these CIA motherfuckers like Tucker Carlson talking all that shit. All these Fox News plants. You don't think they're CIA? If Walter Cronkite was CIA, you don't think Tucker Carlson CIA, dude? You don't think Anderson Pooper Scooper? You don't think they're CIA? We stop listening.
99% of them probably already.
That's what I'm saying. Especially these, and we listen to these European. Look, this the conservative dude you had right now. The clip of the show, the dude you showed, the black conservative, where the fuck his name is. Yep. These motherfuckers they pander and kiss these motherfucking white Europeans' asses too. You know what I notice about these conservatives and these black people? Period. We go either or. Instead of saying, let's just do it for self. We go either or. Let's just go Democrat or let's go Republican. This one is better. This white man is better than this white man. This the Creed person is better than the motherfucking Catholic.
My ice cream. Hey, look, man. My ice cream is better than yours. All right.
You see how we do that instead of saying? See, I think that's our way. I think that's our way of psychologically psyching ourselves out and thinking, and actually putting our heads together and doing for self. Dude, I think that's our way of doing that. We think we're a part of the system. We're not a part of the system, man.
All right. Now, all right, let me play this because while you were talking about the border and all that, I was getting ready. They had an impeachment vote today. It passed 214 to 213. Number 13 came out like a sore thumb again, but okay, whatever.
They keep hitting us with these same numbers, man.
Vote on impeaching DHS Secretary Mayorkas. I understand it has passed. I want to go to Garrett, who's been monitoring this for us. Garrett Haig joins us now. Garrett, what can you tell us?
Tom, I'm waiting for final confirmation that the gavel has fallen here, but as it stands right now, this will pass. The impeachment of Alejandro Mayorkas, the first cabinet secretary to be impeached in more than 100 years. Yes, the gavel has fallen, will be impeached, in fact, by a vote of 214 to 213. So as expected, the same three Republicans who opposed this impeachment joined with all Democrats in voting no, but the return of Steve Scalise, the majority leader, was enough, along with some other absences on both sides, to give Republicans the majority that they needed to impeach the Department of Homeland Security Alejandro Mayorkas. Now, those articles of impeachment will now, at a point to be determined by the Speaker, go to the Senate, controlled by Democrats, where they will likely be fairly quickly dismissed. Do not anticipate a lengthy trial. Do not anticipate anything that looks like what we saw with the impeachments of Donald Trump. We know that these articles will not result in the removal of Alejandro Mayorkas, but they do, in this moment, result in his impeachment by the House, a major victory for Republicans in the House who desperately needed some victory to show their voters that they are up here doing some kind of work along the issues that they care about.
You phrase it in a very interesting way, right, Garrett? Because you set it up by saying it's going to fail in the Senate. Republicans likely knew this was going to fail in the Senate, and yet they chose to impeach the Secretary of the DHS anyway. Is this purely for sort of political points and to essentially embarrass the Biden administration?
Yeah, I think that's exactly right, Tom. This will not change personnel in the Biden administration, nor will it change policy. I think what this does is gives House Republicans a talking point. Having failed to turn immigration policy into law, they can at least go tell their voters that they are trying to hold the Biden administration accountable for what they believe are the Biden administration's failures to control the border. Now, we can talk about all the causes of that. We can talk about the manner in which House Republicans have tried to seek solutions on that issue. And having failed to do so, at least again, by creating law, they have passed a robust border security bill that has not received any consideration in the Democratic-controlled Senate. They will take this as a messaging victory, as hollow as it may be, lacking any other ability to substantively change the policies that they believe Alejandro Mayorkas is responsible for contributing to, and they believe were impeachment worthy.
All right, Garrett Haig for us on that breaking news. Garrett, we appreciate that.
Thanks for watching.
Well, they kind of did the impeachment, but I mean, it won't go through the Senate, but oh well. Something got done, I guess, as they say. What you think?
Okay, what is this title again? Mayorkas.
Homeland Security.
Okay, so yeah, he basically had a say in a lot of this the thing with migrants, right?
Yep.
And then so okay, what's the grounds that they impeach him under? Under again, what's the actual the language on this shit?
It's just saying that the Republicans tried to impeach him for being
really,
they say he wasn't doing the job at the border. Let's put it like that.
Okay. Okay, that that's all fine and dandy and everything, but you got to start see.
No, it's not the Senate, because the Senate got impeached him. The Senate got, yeah,
you just kind of took the words out of my mouth right now. But
it's kind of like we did something in the House, but you still got to pass the Senate, and ain't the Democrats ain't gonna vote to impeach him.
And but look, no, I feel you. But look, this okay. No, you said something else. Okay, it's fine and dandy and everything, but at the same time, look, these motherfuckers is full of shit. They mad at this dude for not doing a job at the border. See, this is how full of shit these people are. They're mad at this dude for not doing nothing at the border, but yet these motherfuckers are bipartisan and 90-something%, you know what I'm saying, on that $96 million motherfucking aid to Ukraine and motherfucking Israel. And you know what I'm saying? We can't keep doing that. We can't keep doing that. I'm mad at these damn immigrants. I'm mad at the border, but at the same time, we can write off and give all these.
By the way, speaking of supporting our allies,
no, wait. What y'all think about that though? I don't get that. Right. So we're giving money to foreigners, but we don't want we're mad at because certain foreigners are here. That's interesting. And we impeach a motherfucker because he didn't handle the shit right. But we're voting bipartisan to give these motherfuckers more money. That's some see, that's why I don't fall, and I'm sorry, I don't fall for it, man. I don't fall for it, dude. And that's why these conservatives, Democrats too, but that's why these conservatives are full of shit. Everybody, you know what the conservatives' main thing is? Let's point the finger at the Democrats. Yeah, there's some more shit. We got some more dirt on the Democrats. Oh, okay. Hey, Democrats, this is how they feel for black people, but they ain't gonna do nothing for your black ass though. The Republicans and the conservatives. I don't want to hear it, man. If you gonna do something about that shit, and then you clown the Republicans, you have to do something. You know, clown the Republicans. You do something. You help us, and then you do something, and then you clown the Republicans after you help us. Don't clown the Republicans and not do shit for us at the same time. That don't make no fucking sense. Like you don't have no room to talk, really. I don't know.
You're right. Let's play this because I want you to hear this right here. This happened last night. You know why the Super Bowl was going on and all that stuff. You know they were robbing you like a thief in the night.
That foreign aid bill we've been talking about in the Senate just passed by a vote of 70-29, Jackie Alamany. So it does clear the Senate about $95 billion between Ukraine, Israel, Taiwan, humanitarian aid to Gaza as well. It is through the Senate. The threshold, of course, was 60. They got to 70 votes there. But now it moves to the House, where, as we said earlier, Jackie Speaker Mike Johnson says, forget about it. unless we do more about the border, which the Senate just did last week.
Yeah, Willie, it's unclear when the House is exactly going to bring this up or whether they'll bring it up at all. As House Speaker Mike Johnson said in a statement yesterday, he does not want this to make the floor, and he realizes that his job is on the line if he does bring it up. People like Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene and other parts, the faction of the America First wing of the party that makes up a significantly larger portion of the House GOP conference in the House than it does in the Senate, has threatened to initiate a motion to vacate yet again, repeating this cycle that we already saw with former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. But there are a few other options that are being debated at the moment, and actually some senators were talking to my colleagues overnight about the potential to work around Speaker Johnson, help him keep his job, and work with Democrats to have Democrats have a discharge petition, which would require 4 signatures from Republicans who were supportive of this funding in order to introduce it and get it onto the floor. Ultimately, that would require 218 votes. Unclear whether or not those votes exist, as we also know that there are a handful of Democrats who are opposed to this funding. You had people like Senator Welch, Bernie Sanders, and one other Democrat in the Senate who ultimately joined with the 29 to vote against this package in the Senate. And that number might be a bit bigger in the House with some of these anti-Israel far left Democrats. So we'll see what happens. There are a number of options, and it could go any which way with a House this divided.
All right, the Washington Post, Jackie Alamany, thank you so much. And of course, we're going to also be following the possible impeachment of Secretary Mayorkas later today. Again, as Jackie said, now.
So they got the $95 billion passed while you were watching the Super Bowl and all that other stuff and recovering, getting back from Vegas. They said the Super Bowl had a record 103,978 people traveled back from Vegas yesterday from the airport. So it was the biggest travel day in a long time at Las Vegas airport. So while you were coming back home, they passed this. What do you think?
Everybody got broke off. Vegas got broke off. The bookies got broke off.
Vegas got broke off.
Who else? The motherfucking flight company, the motherfucking airport airlines got fucking Alaska, Spirit, all the motherfuckers got broke off. You know what I'm saying? And look how they did it. These motherfuckers made a lot of money. They tricked a lot of people with this one. And what it is, even this dude at the gym said it. I was like, damn, you predicted this shit 2 months ago that the Chiefs was gonna win, and you said because it's gonna be because a lot of shit was gonna be because of Taylor Swift. I had to shake the dude's hand, dude, because that was a deep motherfucker right there. This is a 75-year-old man. I said, you're deep, dude. For you to predict that 2 months ago, you a beast. Because I said, you know what it is? I said, you have discernment, dude, and you know what I'm saying? You felt something wasn't right. You seen that the ploy and the strategy. But everybody got, they got paid yesterday, man. You know what I'm saying? Big distraction.
Wait a minute, Shaq. Let me ask Shaq a question. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Shaq, did they get paid and we got played again? Frank, did they get paid yesterday? And we got played again? Is that right? I'm asking. Somebody getting paid now. The Piper getting paid. Somebody getting paid, goddamn.
The Piper. But man, you got to pay that motherfucker, man.
Yes, sir. Pay the Piper, baby. Ding, 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 ding. Rack it up. Man, look. They making more money than anybody got on the damn crap table. Hey, I don't know if I won that much money at the crap table in Vegas.
But they really use Taylor Swift.
Every minute. Matter of fact, every second.
Remember you were saying they used Taylor Swift. All this was a big marketing strategy. These motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? And they made that much more money for the NFL, and they drew that much more people to watch that motherfucker.
Now they're telling Taylor Swift to break up with the guy because he bumped into the head coach the other day on the field. They saying that he having some violent behavior, and they want her friends want her to break up with.
See, I told you to do that at the job. I told you to do at the gym. I said they have the same agent, dude. That's a fake relationship. Just like something like called an industry plant. It's the same kind of shit.
Oh my God!
You spit these motherfuckers together and make it seem like they're together. It's a script. You got to do anything for the lead for the 1%. You got to You never know when they're in and out of character. These motherfuckers are acting all the time.
Let me say something, man. Taylor Swift Masters is controlled by a hedge fund company with George Soros. She's trying to get her masters back. She was up there in the sweet stuff. They were Sir Paul McCartney. Okay. Okay. Like, hello. Hey, look, man. You know, it was a woman I know, a friend of mine, went to Vegas. And she went to like a thing, and it was called the House of Illusions. Well, guess what? The Super Bowl was what? An illusion. Now, y'all great conspiracy theorists. Me and Chak always talk about the Super Bowl is a day where sex trafficking is big. But they wrote an article on yahoo.com like a week ago and said it's time to retire Super Bowl sex trafficking stings and myths. Super Bowl is approaching. For many Americans, that would mean gathering with friends to watch the game, but for sex workers who would like to picture would mean a high chance of getting nabbed by cops. Under the guise of stopping sex trafficking, authorities tend to ramp up prostitution stings around Super Bowl times. The ostensible motive behind this is large sporting event like Super Bowl draw influx of traffickers and victims to locales and the events. Super Bowl weekend has a spike in the arrest of sex workers and their customers. The sex trafficking of Super Bowl is a myth. It's a sequel of sorts to earlier that domestic violence increased around Super Bowl, for which there is also no evidence. But both myths assert a political agenda. Now, Frank, why the hell would they write some article like this? Chak, they say you praising conspiracy theory. Super Bowl is sex trafficking. It's conspiracy theory, but they took their time to write an article on this. In this case, the myth gives law enforcement like to do more policing of sex workers and more surveillance generally. Lends itself to special campaigns by non-profit that use theatrical donations and boasting the idea sex trafficking everywhere used to push tough on sex work policies. What the hell? Now wait a minute, Frank. It's kind of weird, ain't it, man?
Now, the church right there to get you to think that they're not doing it. You know, like
this year's Super Bowl takes place at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Today, Nevada sex worker allies will be gathering at the stadium to protest Super Bowl sex things and myths that encourage them. Every year, the Super Bowl is used as an excuse to violently arrest sex workers under the guise of anti-trafficking raids. Notes a press release about the protest, which is being organized by a Las Vegas Red Umbrella Collective. The sex worker routed provide a legal education research project, and in that sex worker foundation for art, culture, and education. The Stop the Raids Coalition also held 2 days of workshop and community building activities for sex workers over the past weekend. Police, nonprofits, and are all touting that false and misleading narratives that large sporting events cause forced labor in the sex trade and therefore warrants arresting us. So basically what the sex workers are saying, well, the sex workers, but the people are saying that Super Bowl is a day of high sex trafficking, occult, and all that stuff. Well, they're saying you're preaching conspiracy theory. Chak, what do you think about this, man? Do you believe sex trafficking exists in Super Bowl? Huh? Frank, what about you? You think it exists?
Oh, yeah.
Well, they're telling you don't. They say that's nothing but a myth. Stop preaching conspiracy because you're helping sex workers get arrested. You're picking on sex workers. See, Frank, they got you going again, man.
I got you going. So they got us going.
Hey, man. I mean, hey, look, Frank, they just showing you everything we ever talked about one of conspiracy is fact. That's all. They're just showing you.
All facts.
All facts. You're right. All facts. You know, I forgot to tell you, the damn day in the Super Bowl, a speaker came on the field.
You said it. Wait, say it one more time.
A speaker. Somebody came out there naked.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Wow.
That's some bull. Yeah, see that's all a part of the show.
Well, they didn't show so many bananas up the tailpipe, boy. We got to be
listen
concentrated
closely
for the next 30 years.
Now, Shaq, do you believe that sex trafficking is happening around the Super Bowl? Can you believe that? They're saying it's not happening. They say it's a myth, but it's helping sex traffickers sex workers get arrested.
They say it's a myth?
Yeah, they say it's a myth. They say it's a myth about domestic violence and sex trafficking goes on around Super Bowl Sunday. And it's in Vegas, and when you put out the conspiracy theories, that sex workers get arrested.
Why they arresting sex workers now?
They say sex trafficking going on around Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, if somebody traveling to Las Vegas to have sex, a sex traffic.
Now look, I want y'all to hear this now.
Plain and simple. Is it not?
All right, Frank. I had to go find it, Frank. You listen, Frank. You ready? You ready, Frank?
Okay, what you got? Okay, what you got, man?
Listen closely.
Ends up with 333 yards. Why is that significant? The stadium's address is 3333 Al Davis Way. He's never lost in this building, and they win it by 3 on this touchdown throw to Nicole Hardman, who started the season as a Jet.
I feel the number of people up there being like, what's going on?
With the touchdown pass, Mahomes ends up with 333 yards. Why is that significant? The stadium's address is 3333 Al Davis Way. He's never lost.
These motherfuckers, See, back in the day, like a lot, they used to do shit like that. You're like, okay, but nowadays they're doing it. I mean, and just like, you know what they're doing? Now they're starting to do this shit like they're doing these mass shootings. They're starting to do these little number code shit. Like you know what I mean? You notice that? They starting to do it more and more frequent. And it's like, if you don't notice this shit,
I used to go on mute, man, because they be cracking me up. Man, Frank, they just showed it in your face. They showed it number 13. They showed the game in the 3 seconds. He played for the Jets. The first game of the season for the Jets was on 9/11, man. Come on, man.
I'm telling you, man.
22-16, man.
There's no such thing as a coincidence, man. It ain't no such thing as a coincidence. It's all these cats is down with these, with these organizations and shit, man. It's just like, and then they
who allowed the winning touchdown? Number 33 with 3 seconds left on the clock, man. They got you again, man.
So and then damn, they hit us with 3 all those 3 different times, man. Damn.
Ain't that crazy?
These motherfuckers hit you with that trifecta on their ass. See, look, man. These motherfuckers, it's an exercise like an echo. These motherfuckers, they know what they know what the fuck they're doing, man. But they know most of the masses are not gonna pick up on this shit. Most we look at how everybody was hung up on this game, and look how the Senate passed that shit, that bill. The sneaky, you know what I mean?
Hey, look, I had to go find that clip.
Damn, that's cold, man.
I'm gonna play another one for you.
He said, "Why is this significant?" That's giving it away right there too.
Choice. Former NFL superstar and Super Bowl 37 winner Dwight Smith admitted in a sports radio interview that the winner of major NFL games are predetermined by the league and that both teams know literally every play that the other team will run. As he puts it, the games aren't decided on the field. He also states that the NFL picks teams for the Super Bowls for the storylines they will generate. The storylines become quite easy to see, follow, and learn how to take advantage. In the age of information, being ignorant is a choice. Former NFL superstar and Super Bowl 37 winner Dwight Smith admitted in a sports radio interview that the winner of major NFL games are predetermined by.
What happened?
Dang. I cut the volume off.
Damn, I can see that. Yeah. Makes sense. Storyline, and you know, a game is just a game. A game is part of entertainment. Anything entertaining, just like wrestling, those are scripts, right? And that's entertainment, right? Same thing. They classify that as a sport, right? One of them acts like a bad guy, one of them acts like a good guy. One of them acts like, you know, they got beef against the other one, but they all teammates, man. They all work for the same fucking weirdo motherfucker.
Ain't politics a contact sport?
Ooh. It's a good one.
Wouldn't politics be considered WWF?
That motherfucker. Oh yeah. Because they lie. That's all they do is lie, man. Lie on television, man.
Just pointing this out there. Another little tidbit to tell you. Here's Pfizer, you know, sponsored to you by Pfizer, NFL. You know about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a Super Bowl commercial. They dumped out. Just pointing out there, Pfizer ad was $6.7 billion. The company's $156 billion. But just days ago, Pfizer announced a $15 million donation to who, Frank? The American Cancer Society. Over 3 years, spent at least half on that commercial alone. Damn. So no wonder they came out with what? A cancer commercial. Pay attention. See? Ain't no coincidences, Frank.
Man.
So they got you again. Now they talking about the man shooting again. You know, I was talking to the guy today, man. He said, "What you think about that thing in Texas, man?" I said, "Man, it was a psyop." He said, "You got to stop saying that, man. People are dying out here." I said, "Well, I said, what that got to do with it?" I said, "They don't worry about that. Hey, look, that's just part of the game."
Part of the game. See, nobody really dies in those incidences. Those like 80% of the time, people don't really die. It's because it's a crisis thing. It's a studio. It's a fucking all a stage setup. You know what I'm saying? You got the one protagonist. You got the antagonist. You got the motherfucking. You know what I'm saying? It's a script and shit. It's like a fire drill at school. It's all planned. They pre-plan the shit. They give you the scenario like there's a fucking fire. You go out to the motherfucking assembly. What's that shit called? The auditorium. For like fucking 15, 30 minutes, and then you go back in class. That's the same shit with this shit. You don't think that there's a certain time frame that these mass shootings and these what's that shit called? Active shooter drills. You don't think there's a certain amount of time frame that they go that they go, you know what I'm saying? That they, you know what I mean? That's how that works. It's a script, man. Nobody really gets hurt. Everybody, like the police say, I just want to get to go home at the end of the day to my family. Same shit. The actor has to go home to their family. That's just how it is, man. You know what I'm saying? No real blood. You know, that's why you'll never see no blood at none of these scenes. You'll never see no plasma. You don't never see shit like that. Come on, man. Really though. And you'll never hardly ever see any ambulances. You always see fire trucks. And you always see the police walking around. You see the police walking to the pick something up, fucking put the trunk put the trunk up or open the door in the car, close the car door or the trunk. Like, why is it always they show? Why do they always show the police?
Hey, wait a minute, man. They just had a shooting at Arlington, Texas today.
See, let's go to that. All right, look, we can't make this stuff up. And now another one in Texas, right? Okay, we're gonna keep them in Texas. You see that? Like, oh, see, the thing is,
ain't you in Arlington?
Or I think Chak, you in Fort Worth, huh? Yo, Chak. They keep playing, man.
At Arlington Police Headquarters tonight, David.
Yeah, we do not know the name of that driver or the officer. Those names have not been released at this point in time. But earlier today, the department said that that driver, during the traffic stop, had a gun and refused to drop that gun. An Arlington police officer patrolling on a motorcycle shot and killed an armed driver during a traffic stop on westbound I-20 near Park Springs Boulevard Thursday afternoon, according to the department. It took hours for police to process the scene on the highway where the black Cadillac sedan the suspect was driving sat. with a shattered passenger side window. The department says the officer pulled the Cadillac over because it was driving erratically across lanes of traffic.
He did request that the driver turn off the vehicle and exit the vehicle.
The department says the driver refused to turn off the Cadillac or get out.
The officer continued to give those instructions to the driver when he observed the driver was holding a firearm.
The department will not say if the driver pointed or even fired the gun at the officer, but he refused to drop the gun, according to the department.
The officer gave the driver multiple commands to drop his weapon.
That's when the situation turned deadly.
Our officer fired his weapon several times, striking the driver.
Police did not specifically say how many shots the officer fired. The driver, who was alone in the Cadillac, was taken to a hospital and pronounced dead.
There will be multiple investigations running at the same time.
Westbound lanes were closed immediately following the shooting while investigators collected evidence. Those lanes have since reopened. Arlington PD's Internal Affairs and Homicide Divisions will each be conducting their own separate investigations. That officer has been placed on administrative leave. That is a standard protocol anytime an officer uses their weapon. And I asked the department earlier today if that officer was wearing a body camera. They say that he was wearing a body camera, and the department hopes to release that footage.
They hope to release it. So they're going to release it or not? What is hoping to do that? So that means they might not release it then.
Hey, man. The officer, wait a minute, Frank. And the officer, daggone, he had to do his job. We just relax, brother. But there was another shooting in Texas on the highway in Arlington. Shaq, did you hear about this?
My thing is, BJ, you can't just shoot. It don't work like that. Even if a motherfucker has a gun in his lap, whatever the fuck the case is, by him, you don't just, drop the gun, and just shoot a motherfucker. That doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? There's still due process to that shit. And two, fucking Texas is his open carry state. What the fuck does it matter if he had a gun? That doesn't make no sense, bro. See, that trying to make it seem like it's not an open carry state. Does you see what I'm saying, BJ, or no?
I see it.
Like, just because a motherfucker has a gun doesn't mean you can shoot and kill him, and that's justified. Now, the dumbass, look, here we go with the. Let's go back to guess who was loving that type of shit. Guess who kisses that kind of shit's ass? These white conservatives.
However you define financial success, we got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Investigators are still working to determine why a woman opened fire Sunday inside celebrity pastor Joel Osteen's church in Houston.
Off-duty officers killed the suspect while 2 others were injured, including a young boy. Naomi Ruckham has the latest on what happened and where that investigation goes from here.
Shortly before the 2 p.m. Spanish worship service on Sunday, police say a woman wearing a trench coat entered Lakewood Church in Houston, Texas, and started firing. The shots, heard here on cell phone video, sent worshipers running as police say 2 off-duty officers confronted the suspect.
He had a long gun, and it could have been a lot worse.
Wow.
But they stepped up and they did their job. And I want to thank them for that.
The woman had a 5-year-old boy with her who was shot during the ordeal.
They said the boy was like 7, dude.
A man in his 50s was also shot and wounded. The suspect also told police that she had a bomb.
We searched her vehicle, our bomb squad, and also the backpack. No explosives were found.
The megachurch, which welcomes 45,000 people each week, the tragedy could have been much worse had it happened during the much larger service earlier in the day. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News.
An overnight federal agent searched a home they say may have a connection to the shooting. Police have not yet.
Man, hold on, man.
We're going to turn now to new information about that deadly shooting at Joel Osteen's mega church in Houston. We're seeing new video showing the chaos Sunday as the shots rang out. Police say the shooter was a 36-year-old woman with a history of mental illness who had attended the church in the past year. Omar Villafranca has the latest.
Investigators are sifting through chilling new videos like this, showing panicked churchgoers in one of the country's largest houses of worship. With her son by her side, Police say 36-year-old Genesee Moreno walked into the megachurch
They just said she was
carrying
37,
an
dude.
AR-style rifle.
Yo,
She was
yo,
confronted by off-duty officers.
Wait, stop it real quick. They just said she was 30. They just said she was 37 on the other. Now she's 36. Bro,
Come on, man.
bro, come on,
Hey,
man. Really? Yo, and then they said the boy was 7 on the other page that you played the other day. On the other page, they said the boy's 5.
Wait a minute. Hey, look, man. The age change. Hey, they throwing more holes this thing than damn pinata, man. Help me out a little bit, man.
What the fuck, dude? And then I thought it was a tranny. Now the tranny has a son. Okay, makes sense. Damn, bro. All right.
Go along for a minute.
Security, she opened fire.
They were repetitive. Boom, 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 boom.
The sound sent the congregation scrambling as security returned fire, killing the shooter.
If it weren't for them, the number of casualties and victims would have been much higher. There is no doubt.
The shooter's son appeared to be caught in the crossfire. The boy remains hospitalized in critical condition. A 57-year-old man who was also struck has been released from the hospital. While investigators zero in on a motive, they revealed yesterday one of the shooter's guns had a sticker reading Palestine on it. They also found anti-Semitic writings, but say they believe these may be related to a dispute with her ex-husband's family.
There was a familial dispute, and some of those individuals are Jewish.
Officials said
Why
the
go to that
shooter
church
has
and
a
do it?
history of mental
Why
illness
does- why-
and was
why does she
arrested
randomly
at
go to that
least
church
6 times, including
Why
a
did she
weapons
shoot one of her
charge.
neighbors?
Our CBS affiliate, KHOU, spoke to the shooter's mother-in-law, who says there were so many warning signs.
She was violent many times. We've asked for help from police and received it many times, but she was still allowed to own guns.
For CBS Mornings,
That's
Omar
bullshit. That's a lie.
Villafranca.
That's a damn lie. And you told the cops? That's a damn lie, dude. Damn lie. They lying.
Hey, wait a minute, man.
You got the
Come
gun
on,
taken
man.
away. You told the police about all this, right? You told her all the ins and outs, and she still was able to keep her gun. And you notice how she said that? She was still able to keep her guns.
Some
Wink,
things ain't
wink.
going right in this
Look,
story, man.
these weak gun laws, wink, wink. That's come on, man. These motherfuckers do it. But see, they know a lot of people are dumb, man. That's the thing. If so many people wasn't stupid, they wouldn't be able. Would you say?
Leave me alone. There you go. The gun laws are weak. No, you're lying.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. You see, you feel me? You see how they doing it, dude? It's like, what the fuck?
Lying bastard.
She was still able to own her guns, so get some strict. Y'all better pass some better laws. You better pass some shit that can stick. Yeah, right. It's just you need. But why did she say that at the end? She was still able to keep her guns. Well, no shit. If she was able to, but see, the thing is, okay, and then you see, this don't make no sense because the other day, remember the clips? They said that that they were legally bought. That gun was legally bought by who then? Was it legally bought by her, or was it legally bought by somebody else? Do you see how they don't tell you no? They just tell you a little something, like, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to fill in the holes yourself. It's like, huh? But see, somebody that's thinking critically is gonna think, wait up. If I don't know details like that, if I'm not there, I can't fill in the holes myself. I'm only going by what y'all motherfuckers are telling me. There's not a lot of people are really ignorant, man. Hey, they don't give you no ambulances. Like I said, they always show the police running in these clips. Why they always show the police running in these mass shootings? What's up with that? Are the police running to go fight the suspect? I don't get it. And that looked like SWAT. I thought the cop already shot already. Why is SWAT coming in if she was already shot? You see, does that make sense? So you got these motherfuckers with big guns and shit with vests and shit on, but the suspect is already shot. Why, if the suspect is already dead, why do you have these motherfuckers with SWAT gear coming over here running in the picture, in the video? So you see how we don't think, man. We just don't.
Hey, man, look.
We're entertainment people. We like to be entertained. We don't like to think. Critical thinking. We don't read. That's not in the picture. And guess what? That's taboo to other black people if you're a critical thinker. It's taboo to they dumbasses. You see what I'm saying? You see how conditioned and programmed we are to even think. Because guess what? We black. We supposed to be fucking dancing.
Would tell me, black, white, polka dot, or green, whatever. Common sense gonna tell me Texas got a whole lot of people with guns. It's an open carry state. You mean to tell me ain't nobody else couldn't open fire on that food? Come on. You think you the only one with a gun in church? Come on, man.
Good point. Yes, open carry. You know, yeah, you can have the guns anywhere. That's true. That's what that means. You don't need no stupid ass concealed carry like in like out here. You know, the fucking you have your shit in a holster and all that. No, you can have your shit. See, that's what I'm saying. You know what? It's interesting. They had these 2 shootings or 3 shootings now, right? So I think, like I was saying the other day, I think that they're going to try to enact some kind of gun laws on Texas now because, like I said, it's open carry. I think they're going to try to change that. What you think, BJ? Shaq, what you think about that? I think they're going to try to change that some way. What y'all think?
Might not work in Texas.
True, it's Republican and everything, but I mean, I just think they might try to. You know
in them smaller municipalities, yes, I do believe though. But you gotta understand, in the smaller municipalities, I do believe they will try that. But
they're gonna try to do something, man. These motherfuckers are playing games, man. Why is it
Protect your home and family from power outages.
Thousands of flight attendants.
Because you had flight attendants protesting across the U.S. too. I forgot to tell you that.
Protested outside 30 airports across the U.S. Tuesday. They are fighting for better pay and working conditions as their unions work to negotiate new contracts with major airlines. Carter Evans is at LAX with the latest.
Corporate greed has got to go. Outside airports across the country today, flight attendants walked the picket lines. Several thousand representing 24 airlines at more than 30 airports, all with the same message.
We've been fighting for contracts for probably 2.5 years.
The picketing comes at a crucial time for flight attendants who say they've been dealing more frequently with unruly passengers.
Oh my God.
And feel underappreciated for the times they perform potential life-saving measures, like when the door recently blew off this Alaska Airlines jet.
Hey.
Tim Green has been an Alaska flight attendant for more than 20 years.
When was the last time you got a raise?
Last significant raise for us was back in 2018.
Before all the increase in prices and everything.
Before everything started to skyrocket and yes, inflation went nuts.
Most flight attendants have a starting salary of just $27,000. The median salary is $63,000. The demand for a pay raise comes after pilots negotiated between 35 and 50% salary hikes, and as airlines last year posted a combined $10 billion profit. And most domestic flight attendants don't even earn their hourly wage until the boarding door closes.
About 45 minutes to an hour, working with the passengers, getting everybody seated, dealing with all the problems.
And you're not getting paid for that?
We're not getting paid, but we're required to be there.
And Carter joins me now from Los Angeles. Carter, you mentioned that pilots got a 35 to 50% raises. What are the flight attendants asking for?
Well, the ones I spoke with today said that that's what they want to see as well, something in the double digits, as high as 50%. They say they haven't seen raises in many cases for 5, 6, 7 years. And in some cases, not just before the pandemic, but back to 9/11. They say they took pay cuts back when the industry was really hurting after 9/11. So the flight attendants I spoke with today say they've got a lot of catching up to do and a lot of time to make up for.
The placard there says, pay us or chaos, which, of course, makes people think about disruptions, flight delays. Were there any disruptions on Tuesday, and what might chaos look like?
Yeah, so no disruptions today because this wasn't actually a work stoppage, so no one walked off the job. In fact, it's illegal for flight attendants to strike. They have to get permission from the federal government, much like rail workers have to get permission. Now, flight attendants tried to get that authorization to strike last fall. They failed at that point, but the leaders I spoke with today says they're working on the government and they're talking to the Biden administration about just that right now.
Carter Evans in Los Angeles.
Oh, that's out here? See, look, this is a shady ass state. This is a greedy ass fucking state, for one. For two, they gotta get permission from the feds. So they're not. So I can see they're not union. Why wouldn't it? something like an entity like motherfucking flight attendants or pilots, why would that not be union? Why is that not being anyway? And then the other thing is too, it's like that makes sense. You know what I mean? They basically look at what they said since 9/11. See, that's another thing. That was another scam when 9/11 happened. You know how much things that you got to cut and everything, and certain things that you you basically had to look the other way when it comes out of 9/11. You said even funding for the even federal funding for the FBI and stuff like that, and stuff like that. They said that they had to stop and even in law enforcement, they had to stop, you know what I'm saying, a lot of the street investigations and stuff like that. But see, the thing is, that's what they said, right? And we all know about 9/11. But so that 9/11 was an excuse to just shit on people. You know, do the Patriot Act, to be sneaky and spy on people, cut the damn flight, or my bad, not give the raises to flight attendants or a pilot. You know what I mean? Spy on people. Basically create more division by making it seem like Muslims were under attack by people in America. I mean, they did a lot. Patriot Act, they did a lot. And see, I notice how they said 9/11. This is they haven't got a race since then. Interesting. Or the cuts stuff like that start happening during that time. I mean, nothing a coincidence, man. Yeah, nothing to coincidence. You know what I mean? A way to just take more money from the people, right?
Mm-hmm. Now look, let me bring this up. So they talk about this new virus called the Alaska pox.
Of Alaska pox reported to health officials since 2015.
The virus is also known as AKPV and is in the same family as smallpox and mpox, says infectious disease physician Dr. Zane Chagla.
The lesions do look like pox-like lesions, similar to what was described in smallpox and mpox. So a blister that then breaks and ulcerates, so it turns into a big scab and then eventually heals over.
All reported cases have been in Alaska. The first 6 cases were contracted in the Fairbanks region, but the 7th was in the Kenai Peninsula, roughly 500 kilometers away.
There wasn't a single factor that seemed to be consistent with all the cases, other than the fact that there was exposure to small mammals and rodents.
Alaskan state health officials say there's early evidence the northern redback vole carries the virus, and it's found throughout the region. AKPV was also found in one pet linked to a patient.
These viruses occur all over the world. They typically live in rodent populations, and they're found everywhere where rodents live.
While the risk is said to be low, Dr. Isaac Bogosh says it's important to monitor the infections.
This particular orthopox virus doesn't currently pose any significant threat to large populations. We have a lot of interactions between humans and non-human animals. There's spillover events from non-human animals to humans. Some of these can cause epidemics. Some of these infections have pandemic potential.
Catherine Ward, Global News, Toronto.
Save big this week on Lidl deals. Cauliflower, $1.99 each. Delightful farms.
Health officials in Oregon confirming the first case of plague in the state since 2015. They say that person was likely infected by their symptomatic pet cat. Dr. Alexis Bardzinski with Austin Pets Alive says plague is more likely to be seen in the southwestern states.
It's very rare here in Texas.
According to the CDC, there have been 9 cases reported in Texas between 1970 and 2020. Experts say plague spreads to humans through a bite from an infected flea or contact with a sick animal. Squirrels, mice, and rodents can carry the disease.
The most important thing is to make sure your cats and dogs have preventatives for fleas so that, a flea jumps on them, bites them, they die, because this is transmitted by fleas. But it's more fleas off the rodents that carry the bacteria.
Symptoms of plague in both pets and humans include fever, weakness, and swelling.
Humans are, they're going to get fevers, they're going to get swollen lymph nodes, just really feel bad. and then it can progress. It's the same thing. It can progress to really bad pneumonia.
The Oregon case was treated in the early stages. For pets and humans, the longer you wait, the harder it can be to treat.
If it's just the bubonic plague and it's actually affecting like the outer the limbs, the lymph nodes and whatnot, not going like super internally, then they have a better chance of beating it with antibiotics.
Tips for preventing the plague: avoid rodents and their fleas, don't let pets approach dead rodents, and use flea control products.
This person really got it from the cat. That is a super rare thing because the fleas from dogs and cats normally don't transmit it. It's more from the rodents.
Look over your cats. Make sure they don't have swelling, but be careful about touching abscesses. Also, make sure your pets are eating, because if...
All right, I got something to say about this. Number one, I ain't seen I ain't got no dogs, it don't matter. But I ain't had a flea or nobody had fleas in a long time, number one. Number one, it's cold as shit in Oregon. Where the hell some damn fleas coming from?
Ooh, places like that, yeah, or places like you know what? There's a lady. I remember one of my roommates back in the day. She said they used to live in like Utah or Colorado, one of them places. She said they don't even got fleas because the elevation is so high. Places like that, you're right. Cold, really cold, high elevation. They don't got no fleas. See, they're not gonna tell you that scientifically it's not possible. They're not gonna tell you that. You know what I'm saying? That they inhabited certain areas. They ain't gonna tell you. Damn, man.
Come on, man. It's the winter time, man. Fleas in hibernation, man. You don't have no fleas in the damn winter time like that, man. Come on, let's stop being stupid. God damn, man.
Look. You know what I noticed what they do? They lie. They lie. These stories are just like they lie on these stories. They'll tell you a story or something, you know what I'm saying, about some news, and then they'll falsify it. Or they'll tell you something that's scientifically not possible, and it's just like they don't think that all you gotta do is just Google that shit. I mean, I'm not saying trust Google, and all you have to do is just look it up and to see that whatever statement they said ain't true. I don't know, man. Before the news was a little bit more like kind of like it's just too biased. It's just too I mean, it's always been propaganda, but it's just too. It's bad right now, man. If you can't like decipher these codes, man, then you just not. Maybe you just don't want to, you know what I mean? But that don't make no damn sense. This is something else. Why didn't they find this type of shit before? Why now? Why in 2024? Why now? Right?
Yeah,
it's like
you got an election coming up, don't you?
I was just about to say that shit. I should have said that before you. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, what's up, Doc Boss, Bishop, everybody and shit? Just saying that, but you're right. Shaq, what do you think about this? Bubonic plague, Alaska pox. What do you think, Shaq? Can you hear me?
That's crazy, man. All these pox. And isn't SARS a form of chicken pox? So the adults get the SARS, huh? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, dude, I don't know, man. I just don't see how in 2024 you just come up with this shit. Like you said, it's an election year. You come up with these mass shootings, these active shooter drills, and these motherfuckers, this and that. You know, it's just, I don't see how we don't get drained by this shit. Like, it's kind of like draining. It's kind of like exhausting in a way. You know what I mean?
It's a little exhausting, ain't it?
Man, how these motherfuckers could just, man. They throwing us for more loops than than an old school sample, man. You know, loop. You know what I'm saying? Than a damn old school motherfucking recorder, man. An old school MP3.
Some people wake up and check their phones, check the weather, check the news.
And anything happening is a matter of when, not if. So we need to have a placeholder for that, for the disease we don't know that may come. And that was when we gave the name Disease X.
Well, disease X could take 50 million lives, you know, so it is what it is. But there you go. So
You know what's crazy about all these X's? Didn't Twitter just change their shit to X? What's up with all this X? This is unknown. What is it? What is the significance behind X? Right?
That's right. Just letting you know. Hey man, at least they're not lying to you no more.
Man, they gotta tell you something.
President Biden says that the U.S. is working on a new plan to release more hostages held by Hamas. The deal calls for Israel to stop any anticipated attack on Rafah, the last major Hamas stronghold.
The IDF has released footage of the daring raid that freed 2 of the hostages. Prime Minister Netanyahu called it one of the most successful rescue operations in Israel's history. Chris Mitchell reports from Jerusalem.
Biden announced the potential deal during a meeting with Jordan's King Abdullah at the White House.
As the King and I discussed today, the United States is working on a hostage deal between Israel and Hamas, which would bring an immediate and sustained period of calm to Gaza for at least 6 weeks, which we could then take the time to build something more enduring.
If implemented, it would put a halt to Israel's anticipated assault on Rafah, the last remaining major Hamas stronghold. King Abdullah called for an immediate ceasefire and warned of a humanitarian catastrophe if Israel attacks Rafah. Israel is sending a delegation to Cairo for more hostage talks. Some Middle East analysts believe Egypt is working hard behind the scenes to prevent thousands of refugees from Gaza flooding into the Sinai Peninsula. Egypt's foreign minister said on Monday that Cairo is still committed to upholding its peace treaty with Israel, despite reports that the nearly 50-year-old peace deal would be in jeopardy if Israel began its offensive into Rafah. On Monday, the IDF released footage of the daring raid inside Rafah that freed 2 hostages, Israeli-Argentinians Luis Har and Fernando Marman. The IDF reportedly located the hostages on the 2nd floor of a building and rappelled with them down to the ground. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu met with the special forces that carried out the operation.
I want to tell you that the release of Louis and Fernando is one of the most successful rescue operations in the history of the State of Israel. You eliminated the kidnappers, the terrorists. You made your way back to Israel unscathed. Perfect operation, perfect execution. And I want to tell you, I am so proud of you.
English, though. I don't get
Just
that.
days earlier, Argentinian President Javier Milei paid a solidarity visit to Israel, where he prayed at the Western Wall, met with Israeli leaders, and pledged to move the Argentine embassy to Jerusalem. Chris Mitchell, CBN News, Jerusalem.
Well, there's one key phrase in this, the last stronghold of Hamas. And because it's the last stronghold of Hamas, Israel needs to proceed. Hamas is the reason for this war. Hamas is the reason for all the civilians being in danger. If they would release the hostages, if they would unconditionally surrender and lay down their arms, then this can all end. If they're not going to do it, then they need to be prepared for the consequences of their action. President Biden said.
So Frank, why are you worried about they were getting a hostage deal to get the hostages home? They didn't tell us the demands, but they getting the hostages home, so don't worry about it. Hey.
Man, what the fuck? Really? Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's like, and then why are they not mentioning the fact that there's supposed to be some prisoners on the Palestinian side that's supposed to be? What's wrong with that? See, it's a lie. They just lied. So they said before that there's supposed to be Israeli prisoners, right? I mean, not really Palestinian prisoners. Why would he? Why are they talking about they're going to come up with some kind of deal? All you have to do is just say, okay, we're going to let these certain amount of prisoners out for these people. Why do they have to have a ceasefire and all that for that? See what I'm saying? Makes sense, BJ? Why would you have to have that if they're all they're asking for is the prisoners? You see what I'm saying? They don't make it something. They lying, dude. It's something's not right. It could be a psyop. This shit Loki could be. There's something that just don't make no sense. It's just a lot of it just doesn't make any sense. You see what I'm saying, BJ? You see my point?
Mm-hmm.
If you only asking for the prisoners, like y'all said before in multiple clips, that it's prisoners that y'all want for these fucking for the hostages. Why didn't you just say, okay, we're gonna release a certain amount of Palestinian hostage prisoners, and then you guys release a certain amount of hostages? Why would you have to have some kind of meeting about that? I mean, some kind of plan. Oh, he came up with a plan. Motherfucker, just released it.
All right, there you go. Wait a minute.
What's up, my guy? It's good to see you.
You know what it is? We won.
Hey, congrats.
We won. That's it. We did number one. Number one all over the world. You know what it is?
I heard you made $19 million off that Super Bowl ad too.
Well, that's the people have always wanted that, you know. And I went to different companies, and they would never let me bring it like that. It was always ways that they were blocking us from hitting the prices. So I had to leave from those companies, and you know, I was two months. I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. I was 2 months from going bankrupt.
Really?
And I put everything I had into it. We moved to Italy. We moved to the factories, and we survived. We survived through the cancellation. We're back number one.
Do you think the controversy helped you?
It wasn't about the controversy. It was about the ability to say how you felt out loud. And if I didn't have the various skill sets of music and clothing and the fan base, they would have been able to destroy me. But because we had all those skill sets, somehow I'm here inside of this universe, able to fight.
You can't be destroyed, it would appear.
Thank you. Love you. I love all the people that support it. And you know what I'm saying? We needed to have something that was Apple level. You know, where's the Apple level? It's just me and my bro Elon. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Some of the streaming platforms removed you.
We number one. Right. We number one. You know, everything that they did only helped us. I like it. Remove us. I like simplification. Streaming platforms is bullshit to the artists anyway. Really? Spotify would give us $500 million between all of us and say, work it out amongst yourselves. I'm like, what about Adele? What about Drake? What about Weeknd? What about Taylor Swift? What about me? They're like, no. Doesn't matter how much any of y'all stream. Y'all got to work that $500 million. $500 million? $500 million? That's what streaming companies think of us as the musicians, and all the label owners just hand it over.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
We ain't on that, bro. As long as I breathe, I'm here for all of my artists, all of my peers, and all the people. People get in the way. That's what the market does. They get in the way. The diamonds are infinite, but people make a market out of it and try to charge more. They make diamonds our girl's best friend. You see what I'm saying? They make the Twix bigger. They trying to make us fat. You know what I mean?
What do you have to say to people who resent your success based on some things you've said they disagree with?
That's the whole thing. They got the right to their opinion. I got the right to my opinion. You understand what I'm saying? We all have the right to our opinions, but so many people will lose their jobs, lose their careers for taking the steps that we took. You know, we went down for like a year and a half. You know, people think that I got, you know, kicked out of Adidas for the tweet. We were having problems before. They were stealing my designs. They still trying to sue me. It's like, get right.
Right.
Get right. Be honest. Y'all going to send me $100 million a year, then say that I misallocated the marketing. I was the marketing. Look at where y'all at now. Look at where we at right now. Y'all want to play? You're not going to have me nap on the board. These companies, Gap, Balenciaga, they just want to use the celebrities and have us be like the polo man on the top of the horse. And everybody knows, everybody felt what I felt. You know what I'm saying? I even said the apology and they still fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? I said apology. Some of the stuff I was saying was true. So until y'all come up and say, yo, what he was saying, some of that was true, then go ahead with all that.
Do you take back any of the anti-Semitic stuff you might have said?
Black people can't be anti-Semitic. We are Jew. You understand what I'm saying? We are Jew. So cool out. Until you do your facts, until you really do the facts with the fake indoctrination that y'all pull into the schools and all that, you know what I'm saying? We're not following y'all rules.
I mean, just like calling death con on Jews and that sort of, like, do you take back any of that sort of more extreme stuff?
You know what? For all the kids that love me, all the Jewish kids that love me, I'm sorry if y'all had to hear a grown-up conversation with us screaming at each other. But we got to a point where something needed to happen. Something needed to be said. Somebody needed to say something. Now, if you're in an argument with somebody, you're not going to say everything the right way. But it got to a point where y'all ain't going to just keep running, start calling me bizarre and impressed for all these years. I got to a point, how many more times y'all going to call me crazy? How many more times y'all going to give me fake medication that makes me fat off of a misdiagnosis when I really have slight signs of autism from the car accident? But then y'all gave me, you say, whatever, just give them that bipolar medication. Y'all try to kill the superheroes. But we here, we alive. You know what I'm saying?
People calling you crazy and misinformed.
What'd you say?
Your thoughts on the Palestinians?
I don't have enough information on that. I'm straight up from south side of Chicago, born in Atlanta. I don't have enough information. There's love for everybody, but don't pull me to that conversation. I got 14 kids dying every week in my city. You know what I'm saying? So talk to me about that.
Yeah. No, they ain't gonna talk to you about that now. Why would they? Because they look like you. The people that look like you. They don't look like the Creed people. You know what I'm saying? They're not Creed. You know what I mean?
Chak, what do you think about this, man? They say he stands by his anti-Semitic comments, but I like what he said, though. See, when they say that, just say, hey, look, we can't be anti-Semitic. Just that put it all in the bed, shut the fuck up. All right?
No.
See?
And then how are you anti-Semitic? Why do they make it seem like it's a race? How am I anti-Semitic if this is a religion? So I just say I'm against the religion. What do you mean Semitic? So you're making it a people. Oh, by saying saying Semitic, you're making it a people, like the Semitic people. But what does that have to do with the religion? Bro, what does that got to do with religion, man? You see that? You see what I'm saying?
They got you again, man.
So Christian people are Christian. Guess what? They don't put Christian people as some kind of race of people. You notice that? Why don't they put the Catholics as a race of people? Why they don't put none of these other groups as a race of people, but the Creed people, they're always, you know what I'm saying, the group that they put as a, you know what I mean, as a group of a race. I don't understand that, man. I don't get it. Nobody see. He should have said that. He should have said, "How am I anti-Semitic? How am I anti-Semitic when for one, the Semitic people are a group of people, right, with darker hue skin, and for two, Jewish religion doesn't have nothing to do with the Semitic people. How is the Semitic people Jewish and shit when a lot of the motherfuckers come from India and places like that? That type of region where they ain't got no. They make it seem like Semitic people come from Europe, dude. You know, you see what I'm saying, BJ? You notice how they're not telling you with the Semitic people. They're not giving you the origin of the Semitic people. They're just using that as some kind of term.
Let me say this. Let me play this, Frank, because I'm gonna get, like I always tell you, we always got to pay attention to what's going on everywhere, right? Because now they're saying sickening level of anti-Semitism in Australia is off the charts. Now, wait a minute.
Oh, man, okay.
Wait a minute now.
So everywhere, all these Western countries, let's just say that.
You getting it now?
Step into Wix Studio, the platform for agencies and enterprises, and turn website layouts.
The level of anti-Semitism, the level of Jew hatred being seen in Australia is off the charts. It's sickening and it's deeply worrying. We all know about the chants at the Opera House last October, F the Jews, they chanted, along with gas the Jews, or as the New South Wales police suggest, maybe where's the Jews, as if hunting down Jews is a benign chant. And we all know about the graffiti vandalism at Jewish businesses, at Jewish organisations, and even at the offices of politicians who are Jewish or support Israel in any way. This isn't the Australia I know and love. This is not the way this country is supposed to be. Well, it's gotten even worse, with groups circulating lists of Jewish people, Jewish community members, their names, their personal details, their workplaces, their social media monikers. In some cases, their photos shared around online so that the anti-Israel brigade can easily target them. This is sick.
And then there's another thing. He said the police. How would anybody know certain police are Jewish? We don't. Damn, man, these motherfuckers.
They give it away, man. Hold on, man.
to condemn this hatred and coordinate efforts to combat it. What if the chants and the posters and the vandalism and the lists were being circulated now? What if they were targeting Buddhists or Hindus or Muslims or Indigenous Australians or maybe Methodist Australians or Russian Australians? Wouldn't there be more outrage and condemnation and a law enforcement response? We know there would be. The silence in defence of Jewish people is chilling. And if you're silent, you're complicit. And no one should speak more loudly than the Prime Minister and his cabinet colleagues. They need to be stronger. Have a look at this ad from the US.
Let's go, Mom. We're going to be late. Hi, Mr. Tony. Mom, what's that?
Nothing. Just get in the car. Let's go.
Who did that?
Come on. Right now. In. Get in. Right now. Let's go.
Did you paint it or something?
Move it. Seatbelt on. Right now. Put your seatbelt on.
Stand up, Frank, and fight against hate.
Hi, Mr. Cody.
How do people know these people are Jewish?
Yeah. Be that bloke. Stand by your Jewish neighbours now.
How do people
and any other groups targeted with bigotry?
How do people know
We
that?
begin with the arrests made in the
Bro, how do people know these people are Jewish? So Jewish people have a certain look? Do they have a look about them, dude? Do they have black hair?
They say so, Dagger. Why you keep asking? I'm Jewish.
Yeah, because they say so. Yeah, because they, you know, that's what, yeah, dude. It don't matter if we like it or not. That's what goes. Anything they say goes.
That's right.
But see, that lets you know that the people in charge are the one that are ones behind this shit, low key.
Yeah, let it be known. I'm Jew. I'm a Jew. Daggone. I'm a Jew. Kanye, you're not. If you don't like it, shut the hell up. We'll tell you what you are. Now, okay, let me get this straight. Yeah. Here we go.
The serial killings that happened in a 3-hour period Sunday night into Monday. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Carolyn Johnson.
And I'm Annabelle Dono in for Michael Brownlee today. A teenager is among the dead. NBC4's Christian Caceres is live in Bellwood, where one of the shootings took place. Christian.
That's right. I can tell you that throughout the day, we got the chance to talk to so many families here in the area who told us they were just shaken up about these shootings. And they were asking us if we had any information regarding this investigation or any updates on the arrest. So we want to break it down for you here on your screen. You can get a better look here as to where those shootings took place and also see how close they were to each other. We're talking about a 5-mile radius. Now, we're standing outside the Marta Escutia Primary Center here in Bell, and you can see right here families and neighbors have been coming out here all day really to show their respect here to the person that was gunned down here. We're talking about Kevin Parada. His family started a GoFundMe, and we've also learned that he was also a father. Parada was shot and killed as he was talking to a friend, and tonight that friend, who did not want to be identified, is opening up to us and talking to us about what happened.
Be there at the last moments of somebody, you know, it's just horrific. It's horrific.
Still shaken up by what he survived, this man who did not want to be identified takes us back to Sunday night when he and his friend were approached by a random car.
Then I seen a gun pulled out of the passenger side window, and they aimed at him, and I was like, oh, he's good, he's okay, he's okay. And then I just heard a pop, and I seen him fall, and then they pointed it at me, and I just seen pop. And then I don't know how I didn't get hit.
Tonight, the LA County Sheriff's Department investigating this and 3 other fatal shootings around Southeast Los Angeles and announcing 2 men have been arrested in connection to the murders.
Gary Jonathan Garcia. And he is male Hispanic, 42 years old. And the second suspect is Wayne McNeely Timberland. And he is a male Hispanic, 20 years old.
They say the violent rampage began Sunday night with the shooting on Bear Avenue near Marta Escutia Primary Center. Officers found 24-year-old Kevin Parada unconscious, and it forced that school to close on Monday. The second shooting, according to officials, happened 3 miles away on East Florence Avenue near Compton just after midnight. One man was shot and killed. The third shooting happened 10 minutes later, about 4 miles away in Cudahy. Detectives say a 14-year-old was shot and killed on Live Oak Street. A second person was also shot, but survived. Finally, around 2:30 Monday morning, reports of a fourth shooting. Huntington Park police found a man dead on the ground from a gunshot on Santa Fe Avenue, about 3 miles from the Ellen Ochoa Learning Center. How many gunshots did you hear?
It was like 3. One and then 2, but it was like 3.
Multiple times in one night.
3.
How does that happen? How do people get away with that?
So.
And back out here live, I can tell you the LA County Sheriff's Department telling us this was a multiple city and agency effort. Now, they believe the shooting was random. One of those people that was killed, we've learned, was a homeless person, and another one was a teenager. Now, there is a vigil planned for that teenager later this evening at the location where he was shot, which is about 5 minutes from where we are. Now, I can also tell you law enforcement also stepping up patrol in the area, placing cameras in the neighborhoods as this investigation is ongoing. We are live in Bell. Christian Caceres, NBC4 News.
When you build your online store with GoDaddy, it's easy to sell everywhere your customers shop.
Yo, okay, check this out.
Listen.
You know, so they hit us with the 33 in that one. They hit us with the 33. You know what they said? Look.
Sunday, right?
Yeah, they hit us. They said it was 3. You know what I'm saying? They said within 3 hours, right? And then they said it was 3 different shootings. It's like, damn, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? But see, you notice they didn't use mass shooting at all, though. Oh, so when it's in the hood, you don't use that term. I get it. Makes sense. Because those are Mexican areas, you know what I'm saying? Cudahy, that's a Mexican. That's all Mexican area. Huntington Park, that's Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's considered the Mexican hood. You know what I'm saying? So it's just interesting, man. They use different dynamics when it comes down to, but you know, when it's a European, then then they're going to use mass shooter.
You're right. They're going to use mass shooter when it's European. Well,
these narratives ain't no joke.
Just wanted to cover some things I didn't get to cover last night, like the 333. I found things like that. But it's all good. You know how it go, Frank. They got you coming and going.
These motherfuckers is crazy, man.
I mean, hey, man, it is what it is, man. I make me laugh every time I come on because I already know, it's going to be some bullshit.
Man.
But they hit you with that 3. So I showed you tonight it was 3333. And they said, why is that significant? They told you the number.
Yeah, why did he ask that? You know what I mean? That says a lot right there. You know, certain motherfuckers know, they would know, it was no instantly, you know what I'm saying? But see, a lot of people that don't know, they're not gonna know what he meant by that. You know, and they talk about when you said he gave it big, what are you gonna say?
They told you it was a ritual, man.
Ooh, see, when they say stuff like that, then that's really weird. That really just lets you know, and then they talk about, oh, it's the most viewed game in this and that, and this. They really, basically, I broke it down, though, man. Taylor Swift, that was a good marketing strategy. The agent aligned her and Kelsey up. You see what I'm saying? They got their little fake little scenario where they got together just to get way more views. And look, they're going this next year's Super Bowls is they're probably might even give you more views, and there might be some more bullshit with that. So this is like really made the Super Bowl gonna be more popular from here on out.
I don't know. The election will be over. They might not use Taylor Swift as much because that was just an election ploy.
But they'll have something else next year. They're gonna switch it up, just like these mass shootings. They're gonna switch it up now that just like you've seen in this one, the active shooter one. See, this is how dumb people are and how stupid people are. Because who takes their fucking kid on a mass shooting? Who takes their kid to a motherfucking active shooter drill. Oh, that makes sense. The kid was there in a drill because it wasn't real. Get it? Drill, kids, fire drill at the school, church. Sometimes churches, places like that have drills too, by the way.
Of course they do.
You see what I'm saying? Like, so, and you know, people getting all sympathetic. Oh my God, Joel's in his church, this and that. And, you know, and why was he smiling during the press conference if that was the case? But people really died. You know how traumatized you would really be if something like, guess what? If something like that really happens, if you see that, you're not even going to want to be on camera and being interviewed. How about that?
You got a point there, brother. Well, like I said, I just coming on a little bit today. Just shout out your information, brother.
Man, so check this out, man. You know, good information once again, BJ, man. You know what I mean? Good information. This is good, man. Then that 323 commercial was, I mean, short was, that shit was no joke. That's the proofs in the pudding right there, man. And you know, it's good to always be coming out here and pointing out these facts, man, and these real truths, because they always gonna keep calling us conspiracy theories. And, you know, the CIA made up that term. Like that's why they use it, right? Because a bunch of CIA motherfuckers calling you that shit. But you know, yeah, man, you know, it's always a pleasure, man. You know what I mean? We gotta just keep our foot on their necks, man, and just, you know, make sure the shit don't bust, man. Or make sure it does bust and shit wide open, actually, man. And keep exposing these motherfuckers for who they are. You know what I mean? And it's basically ritualistic, and it's also sorcery, man, because there's a lot of magic and bullshit like that, and numbers and coding and shit that they're using to trick you. Excuse me. So yeah, so hit me up, XX Frank Nitty XX, man, on the YouTube, and I got a Instagram, same title. You can hit me up at Frank Jones 8115 on Instagram also, man. So salute, you know what I mean? Peace, y'all, man. Good luck, looking out for having me back on this bad boy, man. All right.
Chak, you there? I don't know where Chak been at. Chak, we can get him out here for a minute, but oh well. Just get shout out Chak Wild on YouTube, and pretty much, you know, get him on Instagram, Chak_Edwards, and stuff like that. So make sure you get him. You can get me at 1987 BJ1 Twitter, Bernard Johnson Facebook, KingBJMedia.com, Bernard 1120 Instagram, 1987 BJ on Instagram. Donating outside 1919 BJ Cash App. Y'all take your time. Have a good night. Be safe. Watch out for the scripts. Tomorrow is Lupercandria, or they call it Valentine's Day. So another ritual coming. Today was February the what? 13th. So pay attention. Take your time. Have a good night.
All right. Salute. Peace, man. All right.
Yes, sir.